Some football players have a secret, but let's start with Neymar's story because he almost made his entire family go homeless. It all started in São Paulo, Brazil, where growing up, he and his family were so poor. They were one mistake away from losing everything. And even though Neymar was just a little kid with a football and a dream, it was completely up to him to save the day. One month, his dad forgot about the electricity bill, and on the last day to pay, he had to work. So dad had no choice but to trust this kid with the money. Even though Neymar was young, he understood the importance of keeping the lights on. So he was down to go pay the bill. But as Neymar was walking down the street, he saw something crazy. There was a raffle, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win his dream car. And there was no way he could pass that up. So he went in and bought a ticket. Later that night, he could barely sleep. All he could think about was cruising down the street in his new whip until the next morning. Because as soon as he opened his eyes, he heard something. Could it be? Neymar jumped out of his bed, ran out of his room, and there was his dad. Pissed, because the electric company pulled up in their car to shut the power off. At least what Neymar did only got him an ass whooping. But Zlatan's mistake? That one almost got him assassinated. It all went down in 2019 while he was playing with the Galaxy, because Zlatan was getting pretty confident.
I think I'm the best ever played in MLS, and that without joking.
Why?
Have you been looking for the 2 years I've been playing?
Coming into his 38th birthday, he wanted to treat himself. So there was one gift at the top of his wish list. When he copped his Ferrari Monza SP2, the car wasn't the problem. It was what he did with it. Behind the scenes, Zlatan had a notorious reputation for parking like a jackass, all over the lines, stealing people's spots. One day, he pulled up in his $1 million whip and parked in the middle of the street. But what he didn't know was that he was being watched by a maniac. And this dude wasn't trying to ruin Zlatan's car. He was trying to end his life. Because right when the guy saw Zlatan breaking the law, he drove home as fast as he could to get a weapon. And I'm not going to lie, this dude was on another level of crazy, because he literally went on a 7-year killing spree without ever being caught. Luckily, when he pulled back up, Zlatan was gone. And eventually the police found out, because he publicly admitted he was only trying to smoke Zlatan just to get famous. So they threw his stupid ass in jail. Now, I don't know what's crazier, that or Emmanuel Adebayor's life literally being saved by a football. Because what happened back in 1988, no doctor could ever explain. Nowadays, you wouldn't think this star striker had major health concerns, but growing up in Togo was anything but easy. Right from birth, doctors noticed Emmanuel had a serious problem. They told his family that for some mysterious reason, his legs didn't work. But his mom and dad didn't want to just give up on their baby. So for years, they searched for a cure throughout all of Africa, but had no luck. Desperate, they turned to their last resort, the church, where they vowed to pray for Emmanuel for 7 days. But if that didn't work, all hope was lost. They prayed all 7 days and all 7 nights. And then, on the very last day, still nothing. Until a bunch of kids outside started kicking around a football. And as soon as Emmanuel noticed, he not only stood up, he ran after the ball and joined in the game. From that point on, he eventually went on to become a pro football player. He became one of Africa's richest athletes ever. And to this day, no doctor, no church has a single explanation. But I don't know what's harder to believe, that or Kevin De Bruyne being a millionaire and still being scared to talk to girls. Because back in 2013, one embarrassing moment changed his life forever. At the time, De Bruyne was just a rising star with only a few thousand Twitter followers. But in between games, he'd still throw out a tweet. And there was always that one notification that made his heart skip a beat. One day, while he was chilling with his friend, he tweeted about the night before his game, when boom, there was a notification from a baddie. De Bruyne showed his friend the like, and his friend did what any good wingman would do. He told De Bruyne to message her, but our boy was down bad, because he'd never had a girl on this level and thought there was no way she'd respond. And honestly, I don't blame him. If I looked like this, I wouldn't think she'd message me either. So his friend grabbed the phone and did him a favor. And luckily, he did. Because not only did she respond, De Bruyne and her started texting nonstop. And after a few years of dating, they got married and lived happily ever after, all from his friend's DM. But hey, at least De Bruyne isn't ruining the world, like Aaron Ramsey's curse. Because him just playing football literally kills people. This curse started haunting Ramsey back in 2009. While playing for Arsenal, even though he rarely scored a goal, little did he know he was about to become a killer. Literally. As the years went on and Ramsey stepped his game up to another level, it meant more playing time and more goals. But what he was secretly doing became a worldwide controversy. At first, it all seemed like a massive coincidence, until it wasn't. Because the more goals Ramsey scored, the more people were dying. But I mean, come on. The only curse I've ever heard of is the one that happens if you don't subscribe to our channel. So Ramsey's can't be real, right? Well, fast forward to 2021. After scoring 64 career goals, 23 of them had a direct link to celebrities dying. Whether it was the same day, the day after, or the week of. For 15 years, Ramsey's body bags kept piling up. And the list just keeps getting crazier. Every time he scores, it becomes a trending topic. And things got so ridiculous that fans literally started a petition for Ramsey to quit football. But whether you believe in the curse or not, at least his story is out there. For Ronaldo, he's not only kept a dirty little secret, he's spent his entire life covering it up. And back in 2013, while he was playing for Real Madrid, things started getting a little sus. At the time, he was setting records and becoming one of football's greatest players ever. So he felt unstoppable. But when you turn yourself into the face of the biggest sport in the world, it comes with a price. His celebrity status reached a level that not even a Kardashian could touch. That meant paparazzi were watching his every move, and they caught Ronaldo in 4K. At the time, he was in a celebrity relationship, and I'm sure Ronaldo was attracted to her personality. But anyway, even though these two were becoming icons, they were barely ever spotted in public together. And we all know Ronaldo, man. If something isn't taking his Instagram clout to another level, is it really worth doing? So later that year, he decided to do something that no other athlete, not even LeBron James, had the balls to do. He was literally spotted at a Rihanna concert. And I don't think he showed up because she's in his workout playlist. At first, I thought he was probably there because he wanted Rihanna to play with his balls. But that's when the rumors spread everywhere. Because once pics of these two together started going viral, of course some sweaty degenerate with a camera and a mic was going to bring it up. And the first chance he got to ask Rihanna about our boy, I don't think she was just trying to play hard to get, because she literally dropped a bomb. Instead of talking about Ronaldo's late-night booty call, or keeping it classy and talking about a dinner date, when she was asked if the two were in a relationship, she said this. This explains so much, Ronaldo. And right when that news broke, Ronaldo wanted to have a little fun and troll the world. So he posted a pic with his friend and captioned it, "Just married."